Let me read this. The U.S. was the hardest because there are so many minor differences. We would have to write out sentences in IPA based on a specific region of the U.S. Very, very hard. Wow. What's an IPA? Hold on. I have the world on my fingertips. I can look it up myself. But then, am I going to get the beer, though? Wait, is it IPA or IAP? I don't know. Hey, tacos. IPA alphabet. Okay. Hope you're doing great today. Okay. Alphabet. International Phonetic Alphabet. Okay. Sorry. I'm just going to read this because I'm curious. Okay. Okay. The International Phonetic Alphabet is an alphabetic system of phonetic notation based primarily on the Latin script. Whoa. Okay. It was devised by the International Phonetic Association in the late 19th century as a standardized representation of speech sounds in written form. The IPA is used by lexicographers, foreign language students and teachers, linguists, speech-language pathologists, singers, actors, constructed language creators, and translators. Oh, shit. Okay, so it's designed to represent those qualities of speech that are part of lexical and, to a limited extent, prosodic sounds in oral language. Phones, intonation, and the separation of words and syllables. To represent additional qualities of speech, such as tooth gnashing, lisping, and sounds made with a cleft lip and cleft palate, an extended set of symbols may be used. Holy cannoli. Yeah, no, they have a picture of it right next to it. Wow. Okay, so let's see. It has a chart. Holy cannoli. Hey, Nate, good morning. Happy Saturday. If I had a hat, I'd tip my hat up to you, Mushroom. Because, wow, this looks very complicated. Wow. So, just out of curiosity, before I continue, when you would take exams, were the exams, I mean, like, how was like a test that you had to take, like, to pass the course? Was it based, like, I mean, did you have to, like, I mean, was it that they would give you, like, sounds and you would have to write it in IPA? Like, would that be the exam, or vice versa, or how would that be? It goes into depth even to where the sound is placed in the mouth. Wow. And we would have to write purely in the symbols. Holy cannoli. She would speak orally and we would write phonetically what we hear. So, okay. Wow. That is so awesome. So, but how, and it's more to answer my ignorant question more than anything. How would that better improve or help you with... Get fucked to kind. Pastor Prime, thank you for following. I appreciate that. how would that help you as an actress? I mean, and again, it's not. I'm just curious as to how, like, why is that something that, I mean, do people that study to be actors or actresses normally have to learn about IPA? I guess that's my question. Let me know in chat, Mushroom. Okay, and then you would have written down phonetically a sentence, and we would have to say what accent it was and what the sentence said. Wow. Crazy, dude. Vinstream, thank you for joining chat. Stormy, I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a great day. Search is here. Thank you for being here as well. And Treeberry. So today we're doing USA accents by state. So we're learning about all the different ways that people talk all across the US. It's extremely interesting. We're on video 3, but this video 3 is it's part 1 of 3 videos that'll be explaining in depth the different ways that people talk here in the States, state by state. I appreciate everyone being here. We learned about it because of acting. Doing a show in Louisiana, you speak different than if the play was in Minnesota. Wow. That is so awesome. Like, who would have thought? Because you would think that it'd be the same. I mean, for someone that sees it from the outside, you would think it'd be just the same all across the board. But you would have to learn. I guess it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Wow, it's so crazy. It's a small detail that changes the whole atmosphere of play. Crazy. I appreciate you all being here. Pickle, thank you for being here. Wow. Crazy. That's. I'm gonna press play, but I'm pressing play to continue. But Mushroom, I am mind blown. That is so awesome. I'm actually I'm gonna take the time to learn about this because I find this to be very interesting. I'm gonna watch like a video or two because there has to be things on YouTube that explain it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. All right, I'm going to press play.
A little higher up, instead of so it's...
Really quickly, if anyone is from, anyone that's in chat right now that is in the States, just let me know if he talks about the location where you are or close to where you are, if that is indeed the way it's spoken, if the accents are different, if you know, if there's anything you can add to it, or just, just basically talk about it. Squirrel, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, you know what, Mushroom? I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just mind blown about the subject. That's insane, and I just saw there as well that it has to do with Braille too. Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah. All right, press and play.
It's like, a boat, house. This feature is called tidewater raisin. Something similar happens with this vowel in Canada, and there we call it Canadian raisin, but it's essentially the same thing happening. Time to get out of the house, keep heading south. Down in North Carolina, we really start to hear pretty significant goat fronting again. So the vowel sound in boat, most, hope, starts with the tongue further forwards in the mouth, O. Interestingly, goat fronting, which is now widespread in a lot of the American South, seems to have originated in North Carolina sometime in the last part of the 19th century. Remember that regional dialect boundaries don't necessarily follow political boundaries. They follow settlement patterns and contact patterns between populations. So the inland part of North Carolina, which is in the Appalachian Highlands, the original European settlers were Scotch-Irish folks and Germans moving southwest.
I just noticed that, Mushroom. I did.
From Pennsylvania. Due to being relatively inaccessible and isolated for a long time, the accent is distinct from the lowlands and from the coastal areas. The isolated speech communities are fascinating because we can get some really interesting sound patterns. Up here you get some really dramatic face lowering, for example. So the diphthong in face starts real low, down around ah, I. face, light, day. You'll also get some particular dialect features, so words and word order and grammar things that stretch way back to those original settlers from Scotland and Northern Ireland. Things like a hunting and a fishing, and extra sounds too, like the R sound in wash and the H sound in hit. Get on with hit. Here's Nicole again to talk a little bit about African American speech in Southern Appalachia.
Hi again. So African Americans in Appalachia are understudied, mostly because stereotypes of...
Hi Jenny, thank you for joining chat. Appreciate everyone being here, Flash. Appreciate you being here, JC Joystick as well. And everyone else that is in here now, stop by. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoy the topic. Again, the topic today is USA accents by state. We're going through